So, you've clicked on this video, and to quickly clarify, I don't have gaming disorder, but I might do, and you might too. Right, so let's start off with why I'm making this video. And the other day I was scrolling through my Google Discovery and I came across this article on BBC News, the title reading Gaming Disorder Inside the Clinic Helping Addicted Teens. And it got me thinking that I should make a video about this because it's quite a controversial topic. First of all, let's start off with what is gaming disorder? Now, the WHO, the World Health Organization, defined it by three characteristics: impaired control when gaming, prioritizing gaming over other interests, and escalation of gaming despite negative consequences. Right. So let's take some other examples of interests. Impaired control when gaming. I'm unsure what that means, but let's say impaired control when gaming might refer to how focused you are in the game. I feel like the WHO might need to specify this a little bit more, and it's probably quite subjective. So for the World Health Organization, by the way, right? This is nothing small. Declaring this as a disorder, I think they need to be a little bit more precise. So these are scientists, no? So prioritizing gaming over other interests. This is a dumb one. This is a very, very, very dumb one. Of course you're going to prioritize gaming over other interests. If you really enjoy art, you're going to prioritize that hobby over all your other hobbies. No? Let's say football. You're going to prioritize that over your other interests. This makes no sense, right? That is a dumbass characteristic to define gaming disorder by. It makes no sense. I can't wrap my head around it. And the fact that it's the World Health Organization, you know, the guys that have been telling us how to deal with COVID for the last 2 years, it blows my mind. And I'm stunned by how this isn't being written about badly more. It baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. So the escalation of gaming despite negative consequences. Right, let's take football for example then. Okay, so playing football as a hobby, there are negative consequences to that. You might get badly injured. Rugby, right? You might get really badly injured. But you're not going to just, after one injury or two injuries, just ditch your favourite hobby or your favourite sport. You're not going to do that, right? Negative consequences. Okay, you might not be going out as much by playing video games. But that's not a totally bad thing. It is bad if you're not going out at all. But that comes down to some other factors that I'll get to later on. So I think that is another bad characteristic to define it by. Do we have football disorder? No. But by these three characteristics, we should have a disorder for every hobby out there. No? What do you think? All right, let's get discussion in the comments. I think spread this around because we really need to get conversation on this. Okay, so back to the article. Now we know what gaming disorder is. Let's go through this article a bit and look at an isolated case. So, I'll read from the article, quote, Alex's compulsive desire to play first-person shooters like Counter-Strike late into the night has caused years of anguish for the family. He has also recently been diagnosed with autism. Right. Okay, so Alex is a 16-year-old son, and he loves playing Counter-Strike. I see nothing wrong with that. He plays it late into the night. I play Halo late into the night. I play Forza Horizon late into the night. It's like, well, if he's 16, he's going to school still, right? And he's 16, so what, he's taking his GCSEs. Okay, maybe should be reducing it a little bit, but say he's playing it late into the night because he's revising for his GCSEs once he gets back from school. So the only time he has to play it is in the night to vent off and let off some energy, right? Playing video games is a brilliant way of letting off energy. Exercise, I would highly say, is definitely the best way to, but video games, it's brilliant. It sure, you might get the rage, but that all comes with it. And God forbid we blame the parents. This is where the issue comes in with it all. They've sent his son to a clinic to sort out his gaming addiction. What? That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. What? Because the parents haven't brought up their I don't want to say this is bad. This sounds bad, but what? Because his parents haven't brought him up strictly, like well enough that when his parents say, "Hey, time to come off now and go to sleep," he doesn't. Why can't we blame the parents? This is what I don't get. Why can't we blame parents anymore? Why is it always the gaming industry's fault? Why is it always the kids' fault? What about the bloody parents? That is stupid. It's stupid. Can we please start blaming parents? Because let's be real, it is the parents' fault. Fact. And the fact that it's causing anguish? Really? Really? It's causing anguish? But this just seems ridiculous to me. If your son is really causing you anguish, you've got to really not send him off to a gaming disorder clinic where he will just be taught to play less video games, which clearly is his best way of venting and letting energy off. So what are we going to do? Get rid of gaming disorder as a whole, get rid of these clinics, and start blaming the parents, right? Let's start blaming the parents, because let's be real, that's what it comes down to. And the parents need to be strict and be brought up well. When I was younger, right, and we had the Wii, I always had to ask to go on it. Always. If I went on it without asking, I'd be in trouble. When I got the Xbox eventually in the downstairs living room, I still had to ask. Now, then when I grew up and I was 16 and I then saved up enough money to buy my own Xbox, that was then in my own room, that then became my responsibility. My parents had taught me and brought me up to not be like constantly on things, and I knew that if my parents came in the night and asked me to stay quiet and keep it down, I would. I turn on my mic monitoring, I put my mic closer so I could hear myself and I wasn't shouting and keeping my parents up late into the night. His parents need to have a long sit down with him and they need to discuss things and figure things out between each other, not send him to a gaming disorder clinic. So with that all being said, let's get discussion down in the comments. Share this around. That will be brilliant. Much loved. I might have another video, and I want to do another video sort of covering this, directed more towards parents, and it's going to be a bit more of a speech format. I've written up a script for it, and it's an slight alteration of a speech I did for my GCSEs, titled "Are Video Games Dangerous?" So look out for that. Subscribe and like. Share this around. Let's get discussion going. And hopefully get rid of this gaming disorder bullshit. But thank you for watching if you've made it this far. It's massively appreciated, and I'll catch you all in the next one.